Fast again last night. This time, they never looked back. Edwin Jackson strong for 7. And the bullpen closed out another series win. Veteran righties Chin-Ming Wong and R.A. Dickey on getaway day from Nationals Park.
Washington Nationals baseball. Washington Nationals baseball.
Well, the Nats have made it back to 10 games over 500 again. Nothing is better during the week than a day baseball game. The Nats are heading for Boston, hoping to do it with a sweep. They're 18-9 against the East now this year. Bob and FP, welcome to the ballpark. Now the middle of the order is starting to fall into place. Michael Morse makes his return, and you talked about this when he was gone. Not only what he does, but the effect he has on guys around him.
Yeah, just the presence, the protection he's providing Adam LaRoche right now. Michael Morse checked in with his first knocks of the season, the first game of the series. So all of a sudden the Mets are aware that his swing is back. And what happened yesterday? Adam LaRoche benefits by getting some big pitches to hit just by having Michael Morse on deck. And LaRoche said as much. He was talking about, I know Michael Morse is hitting behind me right now. I'm going to get some good pitches to hit. So 2 for 3, 4 RBIs yesterday for LaRoche. And I'm looking for his bat to start heating up just because Michael Morse is hitting behind him.
Now there's a big question around the National League. Can a guy who doesn't throw 95, who throws a knuckleball, can he challenge for a Cy Young? R.A. Dickey is doing everything the Mets could possibly dream of him doing so far.
Yeah, 8 wins so far. He's lights out. Complete game shutout last time against the Cardinals. Throwing the knuckleball a little bit more than last year, 85%. Last year he threw it 75%, but the command is the part. 70 strikeouts versus just 17 walks. Knuckleball guys don't do that, so we'll keep an eye on R.A. Dickey today. He's one of the better pitchers all of a sudden in the National League.
The Nats are igniting that natitude. Chin-Ming Wong goes today. It's a 3-1 homestand. Spirits are high. The big guys back in the lineup, and the rookies making some big-time waves. The Nats and the Mets straight ahead. By Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. A lot of folks are coming down Half Street from the Navy Yard Station. In fact, it is almost wall-to-wall, shoulder-to-shoulder, all the way up that one-block walk into Nationals Park. Visit Train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. clear skies for the most part. 77 remarkable degrees in D.C. today. The Mets shifting their lineup around. Now, Jason Bay was going to get a start coming off the DL, and they scratched him about an hour ago for Scott Hairston, Jerry's brother, flu-like symptoms for Jason Bay. So Josh Toley's up to the number 2 spot. If the Nats can handle David Wright, they've got a great chance to win the series. And that's the assignment for Chien-Ming Wang today. Lucas Duda swinging the bat well as well. David Wright 4 for 16 against the right-hander, who starts against the Mets, and they know each other well for the 6th time in his big league career.
He's coming off his first start of the season last Wednesday in Miami. He took the 5-3 loss, pitched just 4 innings, gave up 4 runs on 7 hits, struck out 4 and walked 3 through 79 pitches, 47 for strikes. So the sinker is the key for Chien-Ming Wang. In the first inning last year was his roughest, 355 batting average against. The league was 11 for 31, so we'll keep an eye on him here early. Slider, curveball, change to go with that 2-seam fastball.
First pitch at 106, a little bit outside. Kirk Neuenhuis in the series, 1 for 6 with an RBI. And the Mets are hitting 257. The Nats have knocked off 9 points on their team batting average since they came to town. And Wong will just jump up and grab that one. And a good way to get involved right off the start.
Let's go nicknames for the defense today. Switch it up a little bit. Lumbo, Bam Bam, Beast in the outfield. Desi and Zim on the left side. SB and Rochi on the right side. And I don't have one for Solano yet doing the catching.
You sound like a guy who took batting practice today or something.
I did. We're looking at a happy color analyst today. Went in the cage and they had the pitching machine set up for knuckleballs. It's a 3-wheel machine and it was shooting out knuckleballs. So I hit for about a half hour in there, sweat right through my suit. I had to hang it up and dry it, but it was fun.
Yeah.
They had that thing, facing Tim Wakefield and guys like that. They had that knuckleball dancing in the cage, so we'll see if it has an effect on the hitters today. It was good practice. Usually just hit off a coach.
And if we have any visitors to the booth, they will notice FP and I are sitting pretty far apart for this afternoon game.
Yeah, catch me on that charter to Boston as we land. I'll be smelling great.
You'll have a great time back in the galley. Josh Toley, 2 for 8 in the series with a sacrifice. He's hitting 287. 1-1 from Chien-Ming Wang.
Are you taking a ship to Boston?
Brian Knight is in his 4th year. He's got the plate today. Crew chief Mike Winters, Mark Wegner, and Wally Bell have been working this series. And that's looking for a sweep. They have already won twice as many series at home as they have split. They have a great record here at home. They have a great series record overall, and they're enjoying sitting on a perch, 10 games over 500, 2 up on the Braves and the Marlins and 2.5 up on the Mets. Target is in. Young Jonathan Solano handling Chien-Ming Wang today. And he jams him well. Zimmerman keeps it right there. Just in time for the second out.
Yeah, Christina telling me that Solano's nickname is Onion. So I got the nickname for the catcher.
Okay. Took the onion truck to his tryout. So the season at 54 ball games, exactly 1/3 of the way done. Wouldn't you love to project out and be 30 games over 500 by the time it's over? Nats 4 out of 5 against the Mets this year, 8 of 9 going back to last season, and there are those series records: 12-4-3 overall, 6-1-3 here at home.
And that was a good sinker from Wong right there.
And of course, on those series records, the second number is the number of series you've lost, and the third number splits, either a 4-game split or a 2-game split, as has been the case with a couple of rainouts. Great numbers. David Wright hitting .359, second highest in the National League. Right off the end of the bat, and Chien-Ming Wang has a really quick, efficient first inning. Sinker is sinking, 3 ground balls. Quick 1-2-3, top of the first. That's the way to get things going. For the Dodge National starting lineup, see your authorized Dodge dealer. Experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out the powerful lineup. Steve Lombardozzi right now is the toughest rookie in baseball to strike out this season. He is only striking out once every nearly 17 at-bats, making contact. It's important to get the bat on the ball, get it in play against R.A. Dickey, and then hopefully take advantage of what has been a very porous Mets defense.
Coming off a great outing last time out, June 2nd at Citi Field against the Cardinals. Received his 8th win of the year and his major league best 10th quality start. Complete game 7-hit shutout, struck out 9, walked nobody. Threw 100 pitches, 73 for strikes. So he throws the knuckleball about 85% of the time, and it's a hard knuckleball. High 70s. He'll throw the fastball 83, 15% of the time. And every once in a while, he'll mix in a changeup.
Dickey, really the best start of his career. Career record 49-51. His 117th start. He's 2-4 in 9 starts against the Nats with an ERA of 3.98. You'll see some funny contact against the knuckleball today. And Lombardozzi now 1 for 8 in the series with a pair of walks.
Let's set the defense for the Mets today. Jason Bay with a late scratch in left field. Scott Hairston gets the start. Neuenhuis in center, Duda in right. Quintanilla right on the left side. Murphy and Davis on the right side. And Josh Tolley, day game after night game, in the squat once again.
First time Bryce Harper sees R.A. Dickey other than videotape. A little bit low. Harper in this series 3 for 12, couple of RBIs. And Bryce batting .285, on base percentage right up around .370. He offers and pulls the bat back.
It's such a quick learner. Who knows? You're facing that knuckleball machine in the cage. How much went into that computer? I think you just look for it up and swing as hard as you can. It's pretty simple.
That's the hitter's philosophy, right? If it's low, let it go. If it's high, let it fly.
Absolutely. But you're facing the guy right now who's won 3 straight starts, while striking out 30 and walking just 2, according to Elias. Only 6 other pitchers in Major League history have won 3 starts, recording at least 30 strikeouts and walking 2 or fewer batters.
Wow.
That list includes Santana, Walter Johnson, Bert Blyleven, Frank Tanana, Mike Mussina, Pedro Martinez, who did it twice.
That is just foul. And as a rule, even thinking about guys who threw it a lot like Charlie Huff, and of course going back to Phil Niekro and Joe Niekro and others, guys have had trouble controlling the knuckleball. Those kind of control numbers are almost unheard of. Harper will stay alive.
Yeah, that's the part. And when you look at his starts this year, there was one start in Atlanta on April 18th where he went 4 1/3, gave up 8 hits and 8 runs. And you talk to the Mets people, and it was raining that day in Atlanta, and Dickey was talking about it was like trying to throw a wet balloon to the plate. He couldn't get a grip on the knuckleball. But if you throw that game out, he's 8-0 with an ERA in the low 1s.
Wow. Nats missed him the first time in New York this year. And quite a battle here with Harper. On a breezy day. There's a real slow one. Gravity takes over, and it dives down for the strikeout.
That was a good one. Watch it break down and away. And usually knuckleball guys, let's check out the Exmo. You see the spike grip right there. Fingernails in the baseball. You can almost see the imprint of the baseball from the nails as he releases it. Not a lot of rotation, but watch the sink action late. Down and away.
I think I just heard somebody from the Navy Yard holler, dive, dive. And that was really something. In fact, we've seen him throw knuckleballs on the Exmo before that hardly turned over once or twice on their way 60 feet. Pretty remarkable. Ryan Zimmerman hacks one foul. Ryan in his career against Dickey, 4 for 19. Well, the countdown is on, and it may happen on the next homestand. Ryan is now 15 hits away from 1,000. Dickey looks like he's just playing catch out there. Was that the fastball?
He'll speed you up. Fastball between 81 and 83 miles an hour. You know, that's the fear. When you face a knuckleball guy with 2 strikes, you got to be aware of that. They'll try to sneak it in there. And I think the best game plan off a knuckleball guy, and I did it my whole career, was take 2 strikes. Because he's going to throw you the same thing with 2 strikes. He's going to throw you before that. And if you can bet on the fact that he's wild and can't throw strikes with it, you might get yourself a few walks.
Well, that ball never ends up where it is when you start your swing. Dickey strikes out Harper and Zimmerman. Given up a base runner yet. And the second frame presented by Luna. Call for the Luna double. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. And we've got a good crowd gathering. I mean, there are still hundreds coming down Half Street from the Navy Yard station, basking in a beautiful 77-degree day. Nats will be gone for a week on to Boston and Toronto. And how about this place a week from tomorrow? It'll be hopping when the Yankees come in, Chien-Ming Wang's old ball club.
How about Boston tomorrow night with Steven Strasburg on the mound?
I've got more than a feeling about that series. That one is over below to Lucas Duda. How about Strasburg, Gio, and Zimmerman going up there as far as the rotation? And the Nats will see Daisuke Matsuzaka on Saturday night. He's back, or will be. Lucas Duda drives this one to left center. Harper can only wave at it as it short hops the wall behind him. Look at that throw. Lucas Duda checks in with his second double of the series. He's 2 for 6 now.
Not a bad pitch either. Good sinker running down in the zone. Duda got inside of that baseball. Actually took a pitch on the inner half of the plate and drove it out to left center. Actually right down the middle, but a good pitch, good velocity, good sink. Every once in a while, a good hitter will beat a good pitch, and that was the case right there with Lucas Duda. And the one thing the Mets have done really well in this series is do the little things on offense. Situational hitting, advanced runners, runner on second, nobody out. They've done a great job of hitting 14 hoppers to second base and moving the runner along.
Daniel Murphy scuffling. He'll hit it in the air, and that won't accomplish anything for the Mets as long as Harper grabs it. Lucas Duda stays at second. Daniel Murphy is now 0 for his last 18, and he's 0 for 11 in this series.
Like I said, the one thing the Mets haven't done very well in this series is move runners along.
You're a genius with that reverse psychology, Jinx. Everybody knows what the announcers say happens the opposite way moments later. Scott Hairston will be next. By the way, when the Mets came to town on Tuesday, they were hitting .266. Their team batting average is about 10 points lower than that right now. And here's Scott Hairston, who had a big night on Tuesday in the series, 2 for 3 with a homer, a walk, and he scored a couple of runs. Jason Bay was supposed to start today in his return from the DL, but he wasn't feeling well, flu-like symptoms, and he was scratched within an hour before the game.
See those numbers with runners in scoring position. I would imagine most of those numbers, though, against left-handed pitchers.
Yeah. Hairston gets jammed, and that ball flaring to right. Circling behind it, Michael Morse. This will test his arm. He hits the cutoff man. I think Michael will throw the ball with more velocity than that. But the big thing was he came up throwing and had it right on target. By Nationals, game-used, autographed, dirty, and team-issued memorabilia. We love the dirty jerseys.
Smelly, too. Don't forget that.
Available, oh yeah, available at every Nationals home game, section 112 and 113. Log on to memorabilia at nationals.com. And after today's game, FP Santangelo's dress shirt from today's session in the cage will be available for, well, make us an offer. We'll take it.
But one thing I know is it'll stand up by itself.
You can stand it up in the corner of your room and have your own FP Santangelo display.
Yep. Just get the makeup off the collar and you'll be all set.
Here's Ike Davis, 1 for 6 with 3 walks in the series. And Wong, the one thing about Chin Ming today, even on the replay of the Lucas Duda double, you could see his ball's got some really good sink to it. He's got some good movement going on that two-seam fastball. That looked like a changeup or a breaking ball.
It's a curveball. He throws it about 5% of the time. Doesn't throw it very much. It'll be in the low 80s. The slider is in the mid 80s. He throws that around 20% of the time. Pretty much fastball slider.
This is a lively bat. The Mets hope wakes up soon. Ike Davis hit .302 last year. Didn't play a lot. He had an ankle problem, had a bone bruise. But they know this guy's a good major league hitter. 2-1, and he takes it away. The Nats at home, 18-9. The Mets on the road, 12-14.
2-1 changeup to Ike Davis. That'll tell you that Chen Ming Wong right now, with first base open, is being real careful.
Omar Quintanilla, the on-deck hitter, and he'll get a pop-up. But the breeze is going to blow it right into the camera bay just beyond Ryan Zimmerman's reach. Breeze appears to be shifting a little bit. It was kind of blowing in from right field earlier. Now it's just kind of a gentle breeze. Flags moving a little bit on top of the scoreboard. Curly W flag flying proudly these days. On that last flag on the right out there, what will the year be when another World Series goes on there? Left blank intentionally.
Well, you know what I think.
3-2. I think I do. That's low.
Ike Davis with a couple of walks last night, a double in the gap. All of a sudden, he's starting to heat up a little bit, seeing the ball pretty good. The Nats have pitched very carefully to him. A guy that's hitting 164, they've been careful in RBI situations to throw him off speed when they're behind in the count and basically pitch around him.
So here's Quintanilla. Senators, by the way, known as the Nats at various times. 3 World Series in 24. They beat the New York Giants. Then they lost to the Pirates in 25, and they lost to the Giants in 33. Strike one to Omar Quintanilla with a walk and 0 for 4 in the series. He jammed a finger last night, and they were concerned he wouldn't be able to start today. The Mets were pretty late in putting out their lineup, and then they had him in there rather than Jordani Valdespin, who really struggled at short on Tuesday night. That's a good cover by Jonathan Solano, who we saw in Miami last week. Very active, very cat-like behind the plate.
Lots of energy back there. That's just perfect technique. Slide over, create the angle. Little 45-degree angle there with the chest protector so the ball stays in front of you. If you get too upright with that block, the ball shoots either way and the runner's going to advance.
And a 1-1 pitch off to the left. The Mets don't know when Ruben Tejada's coming back. He rehabbed his quad the other night in a game at Buffalo and took himself out of the game. So they have no idea now when they're going to get their starting shortstop back. Terry Collins patchworking his infield in the meantime. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That hits the batter. Looked like a breaking ball that just came flying in on Quintanilla, and the bases are loaded.
Not the worst thing in the world with the pitcher coming up, but R.A. Dickey can hit a little bit. The slider getting away. Got him right on the pinky toe on his right foot.
Yeah, you're kind of geared up for that sinker to go down and away. You don't really get out of the way, and all of a sudden, if you're diving, pop goes the toe. So here's Dickey, 3 hits and 2 RBIs this year. And as Epine mentioned, a good batter, 188 career with 9 RBIs. And that must have hit Quintanilla in a bad spot. He's already beat up, as we told you, with the finger. So he's got a digit problem out there today. Jin Ming, usually not a strikeout pitcher, so Dickey could put the ball in play here. Right down the middle with movement. Dodgers are underway at Philly against Cole Hamels today. They're scoreless second inning. Same situation here. The Mets trying to change that. Dickey and a one-hopper back to Wong. He has fielded his position very well. Adam LaRoche had a big game last night. He is 5th in the National League now in RBIs. Knocked in 4 early homer and another one later on as far as RBIs go. He'll lead off in a moment.
Up last year at Citi Field, showing you how he throws the knuckleball, but with the Expo now, the Jose Cuervo Expo, we're going to take a shot at doing it right here. You see the fingernails on the baseball. A lot of people think you throw the knuckleball with the knuckles, but you actually throw it with your fingers. You dig the fingers into the baseball and you push off, and we're going to watch right now how you push off right there with the fingers. And that creates the knuckle. The seams get into the air, and the ball starts dancing around. So the knuckleball, for those of you that don't know, isn't really thrown with the knuckles. It's thrown with your fingernails and your fingertips, pressing the ball out.
It has extended many a career. Going way back to the days of Hoyt Wilhelm in the American League. Charlie Huff pitched well into his 40s with the knuckleball. Phil Niekro, after he changed his routine. That's way out of here and way foul right off the first row in the upper deck. And Adam LaRoche's bat is coming alive here. Nice catch, buddy. Good fielding crowd, evidently.
That ball was hammered. Just caught it out front a little quick. And that might have been a fastball from R.A. Dickey.
And LaRoche will lay off that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But I see Adam LaRoche and Ryan Zimmerman swinging with authority now these last couple of games. 2 for 9 career against the knuckleballer is the Nats first baseman.
Well, you know what it is, Carp? The lineup is settled now. You know, Jason Worth isn't going to be back for a while. This is the lineup. So when you come into the clubhouse, the lineup's a little bit deeper. You got that guy right there, and the beast is there, but it's settled. And what does that mean? Well, as a hitter, you know, all of a sudden you got a little more protection than you used to have. Guys that are hitting all in a group feed off each other, because right now LaRoche knows they can't pitch around him because Morse is on deck. Morse knows that he's going to get something to hit because Desmond has been clutch all season long, and that's how it goes. All of a sudden your lineup gets deep.
That will stay fair. Handled by Ike Davis. 4 straight for Dickey to start the game.
It's not where Davey Johnson has to come to the ballpark and say, who's going to be my 5 hitter tonight? Who's going to be my 6 hitter tonight? Who am I going to lead off? You remember Desmond led off for a while, then Espy led off against lefties, and Lumbo's leading off against righties. To me right now, the lineup is set.
And the other thing is, bringing Tyler Moore back today, you might say, well, why did they bring him back and maybe not Corey Brown, who was up a short time last week? Well, Michael Morse is going to be doing some DHing. In Boston and in Toronto, you would think Michael would be the first guy to do that. And Tyler Moore gives the Nats a little backup at first base in the outfield and a powerful bat if he's coming off the bench.
And he could DH against lefties.
He could. And we'll talk about this Friday night. Fenway presents, everybody talks about the offense. Fenway presents some defensive challenges to outfielders too.
Absolutely.
I mean, totally different left field, right field configuration there. And FP has played there, and we'll explore all of that when we join you tomorrow night. Michael Morse in this series, 4 for 8, an RBI, 2 walks. So suddenly the beast has been on base 6 times. He'll take the 3-0 fastball.
I mean, there's one key matchup in that series for me, and it's Beast versus Monster. Who wins?
Michael Morse gets severely jammed. A spinning one hopper. I don't know if a knuckleball can break your bat. That might have. And a couple of quick outs. Here's our PNC minor league report. Solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC Bank for the achiever in you. Brad Lidge reactivated today. Henry Rodriguez on the DL with a problem with his index finger. So Lidge in a couple of games, a walk, 3 strikeouts, 2 hits in just over an inning of work. And it'll be good to see that man with 225 career saves back out there in the bullpen.
Every day I say, call him up, he's ready. They did finally. Call him up, he's ready.
There's a ball hit by Desmond. Not exactly a first pitch fastball ambush. 75 miles an hour. And the Nats have their first base hit.
A solid single for Ian Desmond.
And there goes the...
Getting to it.
Okay.
And that might have been a fastball. No, knuckleball away. No rotation right there. It just didn't do a whole lot. A line drive to center field, and there goes a no-hitter.
There you go. Here's Danny Espinosa. 0 for 11 career against R.A. Dickey. I would imagine the knuckleball is really hard to bunt, too. How do you center that thing to deaden it somewhere?
Very difficult. You know, I always tell if a guy's got the good knuckleball going, and we say this every time, and you probably heard it before. You always look at the catcher. If the catcher's not catching the knuckleball, as a hitter, you saying, well, if he can't catch it, how the heck am I going to hit it?
Way inside. Ball gets away. And a good alert secondary lead for Ian Desmond, getting to scoring position.
Exactly what we're talking about right there. A good thing that Desmond got to second base, but maybe not so good of a thing for Nationals hitters, because if it's dancing like that and Josh Tolley, who catches them almost every single time, can't catch it, that'll tell you. He's got a really good one going today, and he's got the big glove going back there, almost like a first baseman's glove. A little modified catcher's mitt to give himself a better chance to catch it.
So do you contact the Rawlings knuckleball catcher's mitt division to get one of those?
Yeah, there's one guy, he's pretty lonely, sits in a back room all by himself. He makes about 3 gloves a year. His name's Bert.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. So 1 hit for the Nats through 2, and a pretty good pitching matchup sizing up today. A walk, a hit batter, 1 hit. Following in the footsteps of Edwin Jackson, who pitched 7 very good innings FP last night.
Talked to him before the game, and he said, you know what? I love these games. I love to go out there when I know that the bullpen is spent and it's all on me. I get more focused. I like the responsibility, and he got the job done last night.
So he should pretend there were 12 innings the night before every time he starts, huh?
Yeah, well, sometimes, you know, every 5th day you need something to pump you up, but he really relishes the fact that he goes out there when the bullpen's hanging and he picks everybody up. He's a team guy, and team guys love to do stuff for their ball club.
And Christina, the ball club liked it as well.
Absolutely, Bob. Last night, Michael Morris called Edwin Jackson the silent assassin of the staff. When you're pitching behind guys like Strauss, Gio, Jordan Zimmerman, you're always going to hear about what those guys are doing. But Ejax always goes out and puts up solid starts. And Edwin did say last night there was a little extra incentive to have a good outing and be in there as long as possible with the way the bullpen went the night before.
Good to see him get the W. He hadn't had that since the complete game here way back in April against a good hitting Cincinnati ball club.
I'll make a new rule right now. Day games during the week is nickname day. We're just going to go with it.
Okay, Flip.
Yep. Carp.
What was your nickname?
Saint in the minor leagues.
Saint. Mm-hmm. Wow, you and Randy St. Clair, huh? Mm-hmm. 2 balls and a strike. Kirk Neuenhuis bounced back to Wong first time, who elevated to grab a high bouncer. That ball is hammered left center. Harper finds his spot. Gets a little help from the breeze, which is blowing right down half street into left field for the first out here in the 3rd. Ignite your natitude with a 5-game flex plan. You pick 4, you get a 5th one free. The entire package starts at just $60. Check it out, nationals.com/flex, and some restrictions apply. Great ball games coming up. Great homestand with the Yankees and the Rays commencing next Friday. That'll be it for June. Then the Nats will be home for a week before the All-Star break with the Giants and the Rockies. And I think a lot of you folks ought to be making plans to head up to Baltimore on a couple of weekends from now to cheer on the Nats there.
A lot of Nats fans have already made plans to meet us in Boston this weekend.
0-2 now, quickly to Josh Thole, the catcher, who bounced out sharply to Ryan Zimmerman first time. And he's just going to bump that 0-2 pitch into left field. Mets have their second base hit.
And Josh Thole going Rod Carew style right there. Kind of laying his bat down, just flipping it into left field.
I like him. Third hit. He also has a sacrifice in the series. We saw him have a very good couple of games behind the plate so far. Discover Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit kia.com. As we look at David Wright, and almost everything's a hot zone to him.
I'm not an advanced scout or anything. I'm just going to say pitch him right here. That's my call.
If he swings.
That is your Captain Obvious advanced scouting report from Kia.
Well, you can do that if you get him 0-2. It's when you fall behind that everything gets red. He'll bounce this one. Deep short. Enough top spin to get through. And the Mets have back-to-back hits. David Wright now 4 for 11 in the series.
And where was this pitch? Right down the middle. Slider didn't slide. Got a ground ball, just a ground ball with eyes. Another single for David Wright.
Lucas Duda doubled over Bryce Harper's head, and he steps in with 2 on 1 out as the Mets try to break on top here. The Mets are heading home this weekend, but they're not playing home games. They're going to Yankee Stadium, then they have to go down to St. Pete and play the Rays. Solano keeps it close, and Thole stays at second. So the Mets probably feel like they need a win here before they go to the Bronx against that ball club. The Yankees have won 3 straight. They're only a half game behind Baltimore, AL East. 5 teams within 4 games over there, 5 teams within 6 games over here. Wong trying to catch that outside corner, and it's 2-0. Missing out there again.
And if he doesn't have the fastball command, you're watching the slider so far in this game, and he hasn't really had a feel for it. So if you're Chen-Ming Wong and you're Steve McCatty watching Chen-Ming Wong, the secondary pitches haven't been there so far. Sinker's been pretty good, but the slider isn't sliding.
4-pitch walk, bases loaded, 1 out. Daniel Murphy coming in.
And 65% fastball, 35%. I would say slider. I've seen 1 changeup today at 85. So 2 pitches, pretty much for Chen-Ming Wong. If one isn't working, then he becomes a 1-pitch pitcher. And right now, his pitch has to be a strike.
Yeah, and hopefully with some sink on it.
Changeup, first pitch.
Trying to get the feel.
Yeah, maybe betting on the fact that Murphy's a first pitch fastball hitter. Threw him a changeup, and it was a good one.
Well, I'd say a guy in this series who's 0 for 11 is really dangerous. Murphy in a big-time slump, but he's just that much closer to his next base hit. He's 0 for his last 18, and he's still batting .288 coming into the game today. So he was off to a good start. He'll bounce it up the middle. Home for one, first for two. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. So Wong fielding his position well today, and that snuffs out a Mets rally. Top of the third.
Chen-Ming Wong doing a nice job of wiggling out of that jam through a curveball down to Murphy. Little comebacker. Watch Solano. He's ready for it. Check out the stance. Gets a perfect feed from Chen-Ming Wong.
So that's how you give a target?
Hey, you know what he's doing? He's getting himself in a good athletic position and anticipating a bad throw. That's what you do on a double play as a middle infielder. You get down low and you're ready for a bad throw. Perfect throw. You don't have to do anything. But if you get into a good position like he was right there, now he throws it left, throws it right, he can go get it.
He's fun to watch. And he gets to lead off in the bottom of the third. Well, Jonathan Solano checked in with his first big league hit down in Miami last week. A rocket down the right field line. "26 years of age. He's been toiling away in the minor leagues for over 6 years. Finally getting a shot. Hitting .250 at Syracuse this year. Hadn't played a whole lot. He had been injured.
So your last start was over a week ago, and you got to go face a knuckleball guy.
Yeah, go get him. On the move, and with that play, Daniel Murphy.
Let's check out that last start a week ago in Miami. Jonathan Solano, he's all over the place. Great tag play. Show the umpire the baseball. Little fist pump. Good footwork right there. Getting out of the chute real quick with a clean throw to second base. Another fist pump. How about another throw to second base right on the money? And another fist pump.
Hanley Ramirez says, I think I'll try somebody else.
Somewhere the guys from Jersey Shore are pumped too. Little fist pump.
Here's Chen-Ming Wong, 0 for 2 with a walk this year. 1 for 35 as a big league hitter. Look out. R.A. Dickey, first 2 innings, 33 pitches, 21 strikes, giving up just 1 hit, throwing 1 wild pitch. It was interesting that his only wild pitch was off the stretch position. Wong is gone in a hurry, and that's strikeout number 4. Top of the order now, Lombardozzi coming up. Lombardozzi career, including today, 1 for 5 with an RBI against R.A. Dickey, who broke in with Texas back in 01. A stop in Seattle, Minnesota, his 3rd year with the Mets now. Bardozzi flip one out to center, and Neuenhuis with an outstanding play. So far this year, he's been one of the best Mets rookies ever with the bat, and this was outstanding. On to the middle innings. Pitchers have guys making plays behind them today. Brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by your Washington, D.C. BMW Centers. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, lovely, on June the 7th. We go to the top of the fourth inning. No score, Mets, Nats. Good to see Brad Lidge back active. He's got a little side session going in the bullpen right now. Had a couple of saves on the first road trip of the season to Chicago and New York. Great career numbers. It'll be interesting to see where Davey works him in and what eventual role he will have. He was kind of a co-closer with Rodriguez to start the season. One would set up the other based on matchups and based on who had pitched a lot the previous few days. A guy that everybody in the clubhouse looks up to, that's for sure.
I mean, he's getting loose to come in this game. That's not a side session, I don't think. I mean, if you activate a guy, you're not going to throw a side session during a game, because if this game goes 15 innings, you're going to need him in this game.
Yeah, he's throwing in earnest. You mentioned something during the break. Not that Wong is a strikeout pitcher, but there hasn't really been any swinging and missing early in the game. Does that indicate that he's not at his best?
Well, he's a pitch to contact guy for sure. So with Chien-Ming Wong, he wants guys to put the ball in play. But when he's right, that sinker's going underneath bats, that slider's going underneath bats. And you know, today so far, the Mets have put the ball in play every single time.
4 fly ball outs, including that one. Say one thing for the contact, especially the double play ball. Saved him some pitches, averaging only 14 pitches his first 3 innings. Facing Ike Davis now, who walked with a man aboard in the second. And of course, Wong has faced 2 jams already. Bases loaded variety. Up the middle, Espinosa to his right. Contact, quick outs, 2 down. Here's an AT&T fact of the game now. With 2 outs, top of the 4th. How about the only 2 teams in baseball now that are 10 games over 500? The much discussed, much heralded Dodgers, 36-21, and then come the Nats. I mean, even the Rangers are only 9 over. Baltimore's 8 over in the East. White Sox are only 6 over. In the Central, Cincinnati in this league 7 over. So the Nats right up there with the best there are.
All the talk about the Rangers early in the season. The Nats are 10 games over, and the Rangers aren't.
Omar Quintanilla now with 2 outs. He'd love to get the number 8 man, face the pitcher leading off the 5th. And a high chopper, right side. Wong will let LaRoche do it, and then Adam misses connections. Just kind of a crazy play with the ball, the runner, and 2 fielders arriving at the same time. And FP, every time we see one of those, you start thinking about what happened to Chin Ming in spring training, and Adam LaRoche took some kind of contact right there.
I think he got it in the coconut, either from Quintanilla or Chen Ming Wong coming over to first base. Got his bell rung. That was the same play that Chen Ming Wong pulled his hamstring on in spring training. Vieira, check it out, little chopper off the plate, good pitch, down in the zone, good sinker. And right there, I think maybe Wong a little apprehensive to get that baseball. And watch LaRoche. Let's keep an eye on his head. Did he get the hit? Yeah, elbow from Quintanilla right to the temple. And this will show it for sure with the Exmo. Watch Quintanilla's left elbow to Adam LaRoche's head. Yeah, got him good.
So the runner aboard, base hit all the way with 2 outs, and R.A. Dickey will be the hitter.
See him trying to rotate his neck right there. Probably had a little whiplash.
And that ball hit the plate and was in the air forever. Adam due to bat third, bottom of the 4th, behind Harper and Zimmerman. Quickly 0-2.
A pretty good regroup by Wong this inning. Sinkers down the zone, pounding the strike zone, getting some early outs. And I think when he's good, we talked about the sliders today, maybe not the best one he's ever had, but when he's good, it's all he does need is that sinker. He can get through a game with 1 pitch. A lot of guys can't. Most guys can't, I should say.
Yeah. 0-2 now. Dickey ground ball. Danny Espinosa to his left. Not an easy play. Kept it close. Gets the out. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Bryce Harper has been making a living this year, hitting the ball the opposite way, driving it, getting RBIs. And the teenager leads off ahead of Zimmerman and LaRoche. Next. Ahead of LaRoche and Michael Morse. The lineup is back in order. Visit AFCEA.org, the association for IT pros. And Christina, the guys with those bats, they know all about it now.
Absolutely, Bob. After months of the Nats trying to find consistency on offense, Ryan Zimmerman talked to me today about how things are adding up for the middle of the lineup, and he broke down how one guy like Michael Morse makes all the difference.
If you put Mike in, hitting 4 or 5, now the guy that was hitting 4 or 5 is hitting 6 or 7, and Desi's been hitting 5, now he's hitting 6. So it kind of just lengthens the lineup a little bit, and it gives the other team less of a chance to kind of choose who they want to pitch to. And, if you pitch around me, obviously then you have to pitch around LaRoche, and then if you make a mistake to LaRoche, now you have 2 guys on with Morse up. So it just makes it a lot more difficult for them to game plan against us.
And Ryan Zimmerman did reaffirm the last 3 or 4 days. He's feeling a lot better. He said to me, I'm almost back to where I used to be or should be right now.
Well, that's great news to go along with the return of Michael Morse.
We were talking about that earlier. The lineup is settled. Guys know where they're hitting. There's depth to the lineup now. It's a good offensive ball club. It's the club they've been waiting for all year, just minus Jason Worth.
Bryce Harper doesn't bite on a 2-0 pitch outside. Would he be given the green light if there's a fastball here?
Shocker that he's making adjustments his second at bat.
He does rip it right side, but right to Ike Davis. Just into the 2 o'clock hour here on a perfect baseball afternoon at Nationals Park. 77 degrees at game time. Well, the 3 of us wish we were out in the red porch or the bleachers or somewhere with our fans right now. It's that pretty. Great day to be at the ballpark as we close out what is so far a 3-1 homestand. Ryan Zimmerman struck out swinging first time up. And as the game goes on, you'll see more hitters not wanting R.A. Dickey to get them to 2 strikes. On the attack early, we shall see. High chopper, 2-hopper. David Wright plays it with the backhand. 2 outs. Tricky chance over there.
Well, the only guy that could appreciate that play is the guy that hit it. Ryan Zimmerman's done this to so many people. You see Wright getting caught in between right there? That's the hard part for a third baseman. There's that split second on a chopper where you have to decide, am I going back, am I going in? Wright got caught in the middle right there. He started to go back, and you saw him freeze, and now you have to rely on your glove and the soft hands, and he did. Give him with that right there, a little backhand pick. And only the good ones make that play. The average one, that goes off the heel of their glove into left field.
Ryan Zimmerman charges that ball about 90% of the time. Easily the most aggressive third baseman we've seen. David Wright's won a Gold Glove. Now here's LaRoche, and the pitch is up and away, 1-1.
The hard part on that play is when the ball's hit straight at you because you have no reference. You're not off to the side, and you can't really tell where that hop is going to be. It's almost like when a car's coming straight at you, you can't tell how fast the car's going, but if you're off to the side, you can. Yeah. And on that chopper right there, the hard part as a third baseman is knowing, do I go get it or do I go back? And when it's hit right at you, it's hard to decide. It's hard to decipher where that ball is going to end up because it's right between your eyes.
1-2 to LaRoche. Swing and a miss, and it is a choppy kind of day with Dickey's knuckleball and Wong's sinker matching up beautifully through 4 so far. President's race. Does Teddy run any faster during the daytime? Well, Abe giving George something to consider. And the guy from right down the parkway takes care of that one. Evidently, Adam LaRoche is okay.
He got hit right in the head right there. Right in the right side of his head. And then Zim comes over to check him out right here. This is a blood check, folks. Looking. No blood.
Okay. Those guys from UVA are so smart. He could be a doctor if he wanted to. Top of the order for the Mets. Neuenhuis, 0 for 2. But his 54 hits are the fourth most all time through this date in a season by a Mets rookie. And the best total since Kaz Matsui back in 04. So he's doing some things to open some eyes in New York. I was talking to Howie Rose, their radio guy, after the game last night. He said that no-hitter and then the fact they took 3 out of 4 over a quality club like St. Louis over the weekend really kind of re-energized their fan base. Mets fans have been kind of waiting around to see what's going to happen with this team. All the off-season financial problems that were well publicized. Seems like the Mets may come out of that better than expected. Do they have the horses to compete, though, with the Braves, the Nats, the Marlins, the Phillies in the long haul? 2 balls, 1 strike. Getting Jason Bay back will help. Although he couldn't play today because he's not feeling well.
I was talking to Howie about how he called the no-hitter. I said, did you talk about it at all? He said, no. I just said, you know, little innuendos to let the fans know on the radio that there wasn't a no-hitter. But you think in all places where fans are most superstitious, it's got to be New York. And you probably can't talk about it during a broadcast.
Nope. Neuenhuis is 1 for 3 now, and he's 2 for 9 in the series. Made a good play in center field on Lombardozzi to end the third. He's aboard here in the fifth with Tolle and Wright the next 2. I think the other thing is the Mets need to get their shortstop Ruben Tejada back to tighten up that defense. Going to be hard to compete with a team ERA of over 4 and the league's second worst error total. They can hit. They can put hits together and score runs. Tolle opposite field hit on an 0-2 pitch last time. Neuenhuis 3 out of 4 stealing. David Wright has the most steals on the team, 5 out of 10. The Mets have the lowest stolen base total in the league with only 22. When Jose Reyes left for Miami, their running game went with him. Phillies, by the way, 3-0 now at home over the Dodgers. A 3-run bottom of the third inning for them behind Cole Hamels. And Wong gets a strike. Counts even 1-1.
Good pitch by Wong. Good take by Josh Tolle. You swing at that sinker right there, it's a double play every time, at least a ground ball. And even though you're heading the count 1-0, you're looking for something up if you're Tolle. He got a good sinker. Even though it was a strike, it was a good take.
Braves and the Marlins get back together tonight. Mike Minor and Mark Burley. Burley, the one Miami pitcher the Nats haven't seen yet. They've managed to avoid him in 2 different series. So that'll be one to keep an eye on tonight as the Nats try to take care of their own business right here and try to sweep the Mets. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody out. Neuenhuis looked like pretty poised to take off.
Now we talk about all the time with the Mets the Oakland Athletic influence over there.
Sandy Alderson.
Sandy Alderson. A lot of A's people. And the Oakland A's back in the day did not steal bases. They felt like it was giving the team an extra out. It's pretty much a station-to-station ball club that believed in getting guys on and driving them in. They never bunted guys over. They never stole bases. So it doesn't surprise me that fast guys like NYN. You see Tom Goodwin, the first base coach for the Mets right there, who is a burner himself. It doesn't surprise me they don't steal bases.
One of the reasons the Mets 3.97 pitches as a team per plate appearance. Second most in baseball to guess who? Oakland, 3.99. Runner going, swing and a miss, and a bullet by Solano with a good pick by Espinosa made it close at second base. The Nats do get the out on Tolle, and Wong gets his first strikeout of the day.
NYN with a great jump right there. It's hard to believe that's only his 4th stolen base of the year when you watch that jump right there and you watch that speed. I mean, that's a guy based on that right there and watching him cover some ground in center field that you would think would have the green light, but apparently not with only 4 stolen bases.
He's a 3rd-round pick from 4 years ago out of Azusa Pacific University. And his first Major League homer came against Edwin Jackson in New York, April 9th. Good-looking young player, Kirk NYN.
Just closed the roof right there on David Wright. Did you see that?
Yeah, where'd the sun go?
We just closed the roof. It only takes about 4 seconds here at Nats Park. That was crazy. It went from sunlight to shade with the cloud moving over right as Wong started his motion.
David Wright in the air. Left center, breaking back and now in Lombardozzi. And then it'll be called by Harper, who saw the ball because he was off to the side a little better. And 2 outs. The Nats Live post-game concert series, the second of 3 this year, continues. July 21st after the Nats play the Braves. The Wallflowers are coming. Tickets start at just $10. Go to nationals.com/concerts. Some restrictions apply. Folks had a great time with Big and Rich last Saturday. And the Wallflowers will be here next month. Lucas Duda, a double, a walk today. Suddenly overcast here. Lights are not on. Sometimes if the forecast calls for cloudy skies all afternoon, a team will turn on the field lights. But as you can see by the sky, the sun's going to peek in and out from behind those clouds. I don't think Venus is in the way this afternoon.
No eclipses.
Two balls, no strikes. Jinming might be careful with Duda here. We'll see how he approaches it.
A double his first time up, a walk his second time up. And he's got Daniel Murphy, who's on deck twice.
That's a strike.
I just opened the roof again. It's going to be that way all day, and I got a little reaction from the crowd the first time the cloud came over, but in all seriousness, as a hitter, that's not easy. Your eyes dilate, it goes from light to dark. We talk about the shadows all the time, but how about squinting in the sun and then all of a sudden it's very cloudy out? Not easy in the middle of an at-bat.
That ball hit a ton to right center. Harper looking up. Harper at the wall, can only watch it. It's a 2-run homer for Lucas Duda. And the Mets lead 2-0. I don't think that guy is going to throw it back.
I don't think the shade in the sun affected Lucas Duda at all. That ball was smoked.
Lucas Duda's 10th of the year. RBI total shoots up to 35.
Man, Wong decided to go after Duda with first base open in a scoreless game, and that's the slider again. And it really hasn't been there all day long. Just spinning up there, a little cement mixer. And guys like Lucas Duda don't miss that at all.
Somehow that ball was thrown back, even though a Mets fan had it. And it'll be bases empty, 2 outs with Daniel Murphy in there. And that hurts because the guy on deck's 0 for his last 19, and here he is in the box.
Yeah, good point, and it hurts because R.A. Dickey has shown no signs of weakness all day long.
Yeah.
He's got it going on a little bit.
And then one more note on Murphy. Home run total this year, 0.
I'm sure if you run down there and ask Chien-Ming Wang right now, he was trying to bounce that slider to Lucas Duda down and in, but he left it right out over the plate.
Wong gets a piece of that one, and it'll be a base hit. Three hits in the inning. Scott Hairston coming in with 2 outs.
And check out another comebacker to Chien-Ming Wang. In my scoreback book right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, that being the 5th comebacker, and that's the first one he couldn't handle.
Yeah. Quick reaction. That one wasn't as high as some of the others, and he might have actually overreached it a bit, but they do give a hit, and Scott Hairston steps in 0 for 2, couple of fly balls. Daniel Murphy finally buys a base hit. He's 3 out of 4 stealing. And that base hit off the pitcher's glove breaks an 0 for 19 for him. Runner goes, great jump. There's nothing Solano can do when Chien-Ming Wang lets guys get that quick of a start, like Neuenhuis earlier and now Murphy in this inning.
If you're a team that doesn't steal bases, that's one thing, but you have a pitcher that's that deliberate to the plate, and he's giving you a stolen base, you have to take it. When you know you're going to make it, why wouldn't you steal?
One ball, one strike to Scott Hairston.
Yeah, 355 versus lefties, where he's probably got the majority of his at-bats this year. Just 175 versus righties.
Ike Davis, a walk and a ground ball today. And Wong working inside effectively to turn Scott Hairston out of there. Counts even 2-2. Looked like a breaking ball. Probably the one he wanted to throw to Lucas Duda.
Well, his curveball's actually been better than his slider today, and that was a curveball. The one he tried to throw to Duda was a slider. 87 miles an hour, just spun up there. But he's only thrown that curveball 5% of the time this year, but it's been his second best pitch today.
3-2. Long 5th inning. It's going to go on for a while. 2 on, 2 out. That'll be his 3rd walk of the day. He's also hit a batter. Facing Ike Davis now.
And there goes Steve McCaddy to the phone right now. He's going to call Jim Lett in the bullpen, and they're going to get somebody up.
Phone is ringing, and the scramble is on in right field. And I see Brad Lidge stretching.
He has his jacket off from before. There's some other jackets coming off too right now.
Tailing fastball fouled away by Ike Davis.
Mike Gonzalez, I think, is going to get up.
Coming into this inning, Chien-Ming Wang had thrown 51 pitches. And now in this inning, he's thrown more than half that total, as he's up to 77.
The happiest guy right now in the Mets dugout, David Wright. I mean, if you're wondering why, if Lucas Duda keeps hitting behind David Wright, his great season will continue.
Yeah.
Because they have to pitch to David Wright. He's going to see pitches to hit if he can have some protection behind him. There's Lucas Duda. A big day so far. A double, a home run, 2 RBIs, and David Wright saying, yeah, man, I'm digging that. If you hit, I hit.
One ball, 2 strikes. Important to keep this a 2-0 game. Morse, Desmond, Espinosa, the due-ups in the 5th. Runs at a premium today against R.A. Dickey, it appears. This ball driven to left. Lombardozzi is right there. So here comes Michael Morse. 0 for 1 today. 4 hits in the series. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Half. Lucas Duda now, the big blow of the game. R.A. Dickey shutting down the Nats. Chien-Ming Wang may be a short leash now. Enjoy a new way to watch TV with Cox TV Connect on your iPad. That's our Cox game summary. R.A. Dickey, 50 pitches as you saw in the graphic. Only 17 of them have been out of the strike zone, continuing his trend of amazing control for a knuckleball pitcher. I mean, there have been many knuckleball pitchers who will have a one-hitter going through 4 innings, but they might have 3 or 4 walks. They might have a couple of wild pitches if anybody gets on base. This is really uncanny control. He has figured it out at the age of 37.
Lombardozzi hit that ball kind of hard to left center. Neuenhuis made a nice play to end the 3rd inning. In my scorecard, I put exclamation points every day, and I got 1 for Ian Desmond, the hit today.
That's about it.
It's hard to make good contact when that knuckleball's knuckling like it has been today for R.A. Dickey.
5 strikeouts, no walks. A little bit outside. 3-1.
Fastball.
Nissan pitch track on the heater.
Yeah, sometimes when he's behind the count, he goes with the fastball. And right there, he tried to backdoor a 2-seamer to Michael Morris, and he wasn't biting. 3-1. Let's see if he throws it again. Back-to-back heaters.
That ball is hacked. Fair. David Wright gets rid of it, and it pulls Ike Davis off the bag. Davis stayed on the base as long as he could. Nats have their second base hit. And Michael Morse is now 5 for 10 in this series.
Yeah, 2-run baseball game. You never know. Ian Desmond with the best at-bat of the day. Now he represents the tie and run after this infield single for Michael Morse. Good play by David Wright, getting rid of it quick. Ike Davis tried to stay with the play as long as he could. Just falling away from the play. He tried to get rid of it and just get it on target. And it was a little off, and Michael Morse is happy about that.
Here's Desmond. That was a first pitch swing. 3 innings ago for that hit. He goes up again, hacking. Ian Desmond doesn't want to see a knuckleball on strike 2, I can tell you that.
Well, he's fun to watch hit this year for one reason and one reason only. He lets it fly, leaves nothing in the bag, never gets cheated, even in a 2-strike count. And those are fun at-bats to watch. Guys that go up there and use that bat like it's a weapon.
That was a big-time rip. Discover Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit kia.com. First pitch hackers.
A small sample size with Bryce Harper, but the rest of them are legit. And I think that number will go down for Bryce the more at-bats he gets.
Danny Espinosa waiting. And a chopper third base way. And a 1-2 pitch. Desmond pops it up. Over near the barrier, Ike Davis, and beyond his reach. This day in history brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. Go to OCOcean.com. Click on Summer of Thanks, special deals, and discounts. On this date in '82, Steve Garvey makes it to 1,000 consecutive games. Only the 5th ever to do that. Desmond waging a good battle here.
No, I don't know if a knuckleball guy can get tired, but to me this game, and the key to this game, is getting in the Mets bullpen any way you can and keeping the score right where it's at. When you look at the Mets bullpen since May 22nd, they're 0-4 with a 6.37 ERA, 25 earned runs in 35 1/3 innings. R.A. Dickey went 9 innings his last time out, threw 100 pitches. I don't know if that matters with the knuckleball guy, but whatever the Nats need to do to get into that bullpen and find a way.
Nobody out, 1-2 pitch. Again, Desmond strikes out. Number 6 for Dickey.
A 2-strike knuckleball he throws. Look at that one, not even rotating a bit. Well, just a little bit right there, and it's got that sink action. Josh Tolley going to close his eyes in case he catches it.
I saw that.
That's a blink, though. I mean, that Exmo will take a blink and make it last 5 hours.
Espinosa up the middle. That's a 1-6-3 for the Mets. Dickey doing it all, fielding his position, and he has a 2-hit shutout going through 5. probably his last inning of work. Duda bats second. Bottom 6. Individual suite seats are available for the Yankee series. That's a week from tomorrow, June 15, 16, 17. And the suites feature climate-controlled indoor area with outdoor seating. It's secure, private, and covered seating area, sheltered from the elements. Access to the Stars and Stripes Club. Go to nationals.com/suite seats, SUITE. While supplies last, some restrictions apply. Don't be afraid to send some of that food up to level 5 to the Masson TV booth. You will have a great baseball experience if you watch the Nats and the Yankees in a suite.
The suites here are great, too.
They are. Omar Quintanilla, top of the 6th. He's been hit by a pitch, has an infield hit. Chin-Ming Wong, 80 pitches after 5 innings, 48 strikes. That ball laced up the middle. Now the Mets can bunt with R.A. Dickey and try to play for a 3rd run. Quintanilla, it was doubtful whether he would start today. Now he's been on base 3 times. How often does that happen?
Yeah, a couple of hits and a hit by pitch.
Don't know if the guy's going to play, and all of a sudden he's all over the box score. The big blow, though, the 2-out Lucas Duda 2-run homer last inning. So Duda has doubled, homered, and walked. Dickey squares around, 3 sacrifices this year, 19 in his career, and he tried to push that ball up the first base line. It goes foul. With Quintanilla running, R.A. Dickey does not have to make a perfect bunt.
You talk to pitchers or anybody that sacrifice bunting, it's such a luxury to have a guy on first base like Quintanilla that can run.
Tom Gorzolani
getting hot down there.
Yep. And I think Davey would like Wong to get through the 6th, pinch hit for him, and then bring in Gorzolani. But another base runner, when this thing rolls around to the top of the order, could force him to make that move sooner.
And Zimmerman charging at 3rd base, 4 steps on the grass.
That's a hard bunt. LaRoche won't take the shot, and I don't think he would have had a shot. 3-4 in the sacrifice. I don't think I've seen Adam LaRoche make a bad decision at first base yet. It's on to Fenway. The Nats and the Red Sox commencing tomorrow night with Steven Strasburg against Felix Dubron. Gio Gonzalez in a 4 o'clock game Saturday. Daisuke Matsuzaka is back. Jordan Zimmerman and John Lester on Sunday. And then it's on to Toronto.
You know what's going to happen on Monday? Tons of Expos fans coming down from Montreal to see that game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say to see you.
No.
Nice. That'd be great. Can you say "Go Nats" in French? This call to the bullpen packaged by the UPS store. We love logistics. Gorzolani on the way. this Gorzolani maybe pitch more than an inning situation is to make a double switch. So Steve Lombardozzi goes from left field to second base. Danny Espinosa is out. So the pitcher is hitting seventh. And then there's a revamped outfield as Michael Morse will go from right to left. Rick Ankiel is right in the middle. He'll bat ninth. And then Bryce Harper moves over to right. Tom Gorzolani now. His 17th appearance, 27 innings, 21 strikeouts.
A 4-pitch guy. Fastball, slider, cutter, change. The opponent's average have been going down. The ERA's been going down. And the strikes have been going up. Tempo's been good. Pounding the strike zone with a fastball slider combo.
Lefty-lefty matchup, top of the order now. Kirk Neuenhuis with a runner in scoring position. And a little tapper on a breaking ball. Bare hand by Gorzolani. Plays it well to LaRoche. 2 down.
And so far so good. 1 pitch, 1 out. And a pretty good first pitch slider to Neuenhuis.
Josh Tolley now. It'll be another lefty-lefty matchup for Gorzolani. The Mets catcher 1 for 3 with a 3rd inning base hit. That's pretty good hitting right there.
Yeah, you figured he would be hitting good against lefties because he's got that kind of swing that stays on the baseball, goes the other way. Usually lefty pull hitters are the ones that have trouble facing other lefties, but Tolley's a guy that lets the ball get deep, goes the other way, and even if a ball, say like a left-handed slider, is going away from him, that's right onto his swing plane.
All 3 of his hits in this series have gone to left field. Gorzolani misses 3 in a row. He sure doesn't want to face David Wright here.
But see, that's the influence we're talking about with Michael Morse in the lineup. As a pitcher right now, if you're Gorzolani, you're thinking about the guy on deck, and that influences how you throw the guy in the box. Not so much that your concentration is all to the guy on deck, but you're very aware of who's on deck and what he represents. You're thinking, I got to get this guy out. And sometimes you press.
Well, he has been nice and compact on those last 2 deliveries. The Nissan pitch track.
A little cut fastball right here from Tom Gorzolani. Starts it out over the plate, runs it off the outside corner. Good pitch in a perfect spot.
Close out a great deal on your new Nissan. The door closes July 2nd. Hopefully the door closing on this inning. Fielded by Lombardozzi. And Tom Gorzolani gets out of it, keeps it a 2-0 game into the bottom of the 6th. W.B. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason? 280 Mets, 020 Nats. R.A. Dickey averaging right around 13 pitches per inning. He's only given the Nats 2 hits. A 2-out single up the middle by Ian Desmond's second inning. Made it to second on a wild pitch. The only runner to make it that far. Morse, part of a double play after his hit in the 5th.
He's been lights out. Coming to this game, 17 in a third scoreless inning streak. So make that 22 in a third scoreless inning streak for R.A. Dickey. The knuckleball's been good all day long, keeping hitters off balance, getting ground balls when he needs them. He's had a good 2-strike knuckleball. He struck a few guys out.
Here's the catcher, Jonathan Solano. He goes up hacking. Rick Ankiel to follow. And then Steve Lombardozzi here, bottom 6.
And that's the longest scoreless inning streak in R.A. Dickey's career. His previous best was 18 from July 20th to August 3rd, 2010.
Well, you know what they say about knuckleball pitchers? 37 is the new 25. He looks like a kid out there having fun. 8-13 last year, 11-9 for the Mets the year before that. And really, other than Minnesota in relief 3 years ago, the Mets are the only team that have really given him a chance to just take the ball every 5th day and do it for an entire season. He did have 14 starts with Seattle back in 08, but the Texas Rangers barely used him, except for 1 year in 03 when he pitched in 38 games, 25 of those in relief. Kind of tough for a knuckleball guy to be a relief pitcher. Solano and a 1-hopper to the pitcher. $29292. If you text the word Nationals to that number, you get starting lineups, in-game updates, and Nats team coverage you can't afford to miss. Masson Mobile Alerts. And I've noticed on my phone it's been a little silent for the last few innings. Thanks to R.A. Dickey. Rick Ankiel, 1 for his last 16. But in his career, he's done well. Look at that. 9 hits, a homer, 4 RBIs.
Wow.
Against R.A. Dickey. When I saw those numbers, I was a little surprised. Rick wasn't in the lineup today, but you got to have Michael Morse out there. Davey likes giving Lombardozzi his at-bats. So here's Ankiel in the 6th inning.
Well, we talked about the lineup being stabilized now and settled. Even if you have those kind of numbers, the computer sheet not getting you in the lineup.
Not easy for Ankiel to hold up, but he did. He is so aggressive. On the appeal to third base, no swing, said Wally Bell. And Rick Ankiel walks for the 10th time in 130 at-bats.
Something flew in front of the camera right there. I don't know what it was.
I think that dragonfly might be stalking you.
It's on my porch the other day. It really was.
I've seen him go by up here a few times, but he has to get back down to thinner air eventually.
He told me, thanks for the airtime, bro.
Top of the order, Lombardozzi goes up hacking. And I know from talking to fans over the years, when you're at the ballpark, one of the most difficult things to watch is your team not hitting a knuckleballer, because from the stands it looks like batting practice. That's why we want to give you as many looks as we can when you're at home from the Exmo to indicate how totally difficult it is to get any kind of read on the knuckleball at all.
It's the worst. And you know why? Because it messes you up for a couple of games. It'll throw your swing into a funk for a couple of days. You're doing different things. You're trying to stay on top of the ball. You're moving your hands in different spots. The ball's moving all over the place, and it'll throw you into a little mess for a couple of days.
And a guy like Lombardozzi, who hardly ever strikes out, victimized right there.
And this had to be a good one for a contact guy like Lombardozzi. to swing and miss. And look at the downward action so late.
Wow. That's unbelievable right there. How do you hit that?
It's like trying to hit a butterfly.
This goes back a ways, but this guy was an outstanding hitter. When I was in St. Louis, George Hendrick would tell Whitey Herzog, don't even start me against a knuckleball pitcher. You'll lose me for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Timing, everything gone. And that was a quality major league hitter. No balls, 1 strike to Harper. Strikeout, ground out today.
Well, your whole career as a hitter, you're training to do one thing, and that's hit a fastball.
Totally opposite of what we're doing here.
Get your foot down early, get your bat head out, have a quick bat, hit 95. That's how you get to the big leagues. Then all of a sudden you have a guy throwing in the mid-70s, and the ball's fluttering all over the place. It's hard. It's not easy. Just look at his numbers. It's not just today. It's been the rest of the league as well.
Very late swing. An overpowering knuckleball, you might call that. So the Nats are done after 6. 2-0. Long way to go. Then it's cloudy, and if you're the Nats trying to hit against R.A. Dickey, it must look like midnight right now because it's hard to see, hard to make contact.
He's got a good knuckleball going. He's had a fantastic season and one of the better pitchers in the National League. But I think when you're watching what's going on today, it made the first game that much more important. The Nationals won that extra inning game, and now you won the series already. You're going to scrap and claw, do whatever you can to find a way to win this game. But looking back to game 1 of the series, now it becomes huge.
Yeah, facing a guy like this, you hope you've already won the series and it's not a salvage operation or a rubber game. So that's the situation the Nats are in. Tom Gorzolani trying to keep it 2-0, hoping something happens in the last 3 innings to wake up the offense. And as FP mentioned, the key somehow finding a way to get to the Mets bullpen. Although through 6 innings, R.A. Dickey's now only thrown 78 pitches.
Unless the wheels come off, this is his game all the way.
The Mets have 3 complete games this year. Dickey has one of them. Johan Santana the other 2, including the no-hitter. Four-pitch walk to David Wright, 7th inning underway. One swing, today's difference.
The guy already had a double and a walk in the game, and Chen Ming Wang tried to throw a slider and bury it down and away, and you look at it right here. Just a spinner right out over the plate. And Lucas Duda deposited his 10th home run of the season. And I think he was trying to pitch around him with first base open. He just left one up, and that's been the difference.
Big day for Duda. Double, walk, 2-run homer. So in the series, he's come alive now. 3 for 7 with 3 RBIs. Runner goes, great jump, swing and a miss. And Solano has not had a chance on any of the 3 base stealers today. And David Wright, his team leading 6th stolen base for the Mets.
Right, check it out. First move all the way. As soon as Gorzolani picks up his right foot, David Wright off to the races, and that was stolen off Gorzolani all the way. Knew he was going home, or guessed right, one or the other, but went first move and ripped it.
David Wright has 157 career steals. Right off the end of the bat, he'll go over to third as Zimmerman scoots in front of him to throw out Lucas Duda. So the stolen base, huge for the Mets here, if they can cash in that 3rd run.
And good base running by David Wright right there. Nobody out, you're on second base. Rule of thumb is if it's hit to your right, you stay at second base. But he read the speed of the ball and that Ryan Zimmerman was going to vacate the premises and leave third base open. So good base running right there by David Wright. And as usual, good play by Ryan Zimmerman.
Infield in. Daniel Murphy. A base hit off the glove of Chen Ming Wang last time. Clouds passing over the infield. He'll get jammed and drop one into right center. The Mets lead 3-0. So after going 0 for 19, Daniel Murphy 2 consecutive hits, and the leadoff walk comes back to haunt. Well, Ari Dickey might have already had the number of runs he needed to win. Now he has an extra one, and Scott Hairston will be next. Just an example of how David Wright helps the Mets in so many different ways. Power, doubles. But he's also 2nd in the league in walks and on base percentage. And he can steal a base for you. One of the most versatile guys in baseball. Gorzolani staring down the runner and delivers a fastball that misses away.
Now, thinking back to David Wright's stolen base, I'm wondering if a young catcher like Jonathan Solano is not opening up and showing his signs to the runner in his lead at first base. A lot of times as a base stealer, if you peek in there and you see anything but the throw over sign, you're going to take off. Maybe that's what David Wright is talking about right now to Josh Tolley. R.A. Dickey just taking it all in, saying, get me back out to the mound, guys.
R.A. Dickey, about 3/4 of a generation older than a lot of guys in that dugout.
So if you get out into your lead right now and you're Daniel Murphy, can you peek in and see the signs? That's the game that base runners play all the time. You see him get the primary lead, maybe peek in a little bit, and then get out there another step. And the reason why he's getting out short initially is in case the pitcher does the snap throw to first base. You want to be close enough just to fall back to the base. But initially, base runners get a shorter lead. Then you play the little peekaboo game underneath the bill of your cap, looking in to see if you can get a sign.
And Gorzelani actually had him retreating on that last one. Counts back even 2-2.
And that might explain why a team that doesn't run very much has stole a bunch of bases today. Against the guy who can throw pretty well back there.
Cole Hamels has been knocked out in Philadelphia, and the Dodgers now lead the Phillies with 3 in the 6th, 4-3.
I mean, if we can see his hand from the right field line camera, imagine what you can see if you get all the way out into a lead right there.
Murphy has ripped a bag today, 4 out of 5 on the season. Nats could use a ground ball and get on to the bottom of the 7th here. Mets have been dominating the time of possession clock lately. There is the second out. Hairston angry with his strikeout. Nissan pitch track. Ike Davis coming in.
Fastball running away. Look where all the pitches are. Away, away, away to a pull hitter. It's a good game plan right there from Solano and Gorzelani.
Yeah, Steve McCatty's got to like that. 7th inning on. He doesn't want anybody beating you to the pull side. Ike Davis 0 for 2 with a walk.
The crowds on this homestand have been unbelievable. Every single game. Everybody here at the ballpark today just waiting to cheer for something.
Yeah, nice crowd. Easily 20 plus, maybe 25 or so. Good lead. Off he goes. And a swing and a foul. Nationals have drawn around 54,000 for the first 2 games of this series, not counting today. Beautiful day at the ballpark with Christina Acker and FP Santangelo. Bob Carpenter here on Masson HD. 3-0 Mets. R.A. Dickey spinning a beauty so far with a walk and 2 hits given up through 6 innings. Breaking ball outside. That leadoff walk has made this a long inning for Tom Gorzelani. 7 of those pitches when he got the 2 ground balls ending the 6th inning. That's a good looking breaker right there. Ryan Zimmerman after the stretch. Adam LaRoche and Michael Morse to follow. Ryan has 3 hits, an RBI, and a walk in the series. Trying to solve that R.A. Dickey puzzle. by your Washington, D.C. BMW centers. Well, time to dress up those hot dogs, those burgers, and all the other treats at the food court. The Mets on top of the Nats 3-0. And it's on to Fenway Park in Boston tomorrow night. Steven Strasburg, 6-1. He shut out the Braves, threw 7 last time out. He's won 3 in a row, 9 strikeouts there. Felix Doubront will go for the Red Sox. We'll get you going with Nats Extra 6:30 on to Fenway Park at 7 o'clock. Looking forward to seeing one of the 2 greatest monuments to baseball still around. Nats opened the season at Wrigley, and now it's on to Fenway. If I remember from my notes, Fenway's actually a year older than Wrigley in terms of baseball history, but they have really renovated that park over the years, and the Red Sox have ensured that they'll be at Fenway years and years to come. Cubs are facing some major decisions about Wrigley. Dickey misses down to Ryan Zimmerman.
Well, but the Cubs do it. They do it the way they did it in Boston, to where it didn't affect the ballpark and make it look like they renovated it. You talk to everybody that's been to Fenway and seen those seats up on the Monster. They say it's just gorgeous. They did it right.
Three, 4, 5 here in the 7th. Ryan Zimmerman gets the Nats third base hit. His forte going up the middle when he's swinging well. And Ryan in this series now 4 for 12. He's been on base 5 times. Ryan's 3rd annual Night at the Park is coming up on Thursday, June 14th, when the Nats get back from the road trip. Feature a special performance from alternate rock mainstays Guster. And the ballpark will be transformed into a concert hall for 2,000 guests. Silent live auctions, VIP guests, open bar, gourmet dinner, celebrities from sports, entertainment, and political societies, and some of Ryan's teammates. Go to anightatthepark.com to check it out. Tickets are limited for Ryan's yearly wonderful benefit next week. That's 1 week from tonight. Adam LaRoche is 0 for 2. Strike 1.
And Michael Gonzalez continues to get loose down there. And he's hoping, like the rest of the Nats, that Adam LaRoche can reach first base to get the beast up there representing the tie and run.
So it's cleanup man LaRoche. The pitcher spot is the number 7 hole.
I'm thinking the one pitch that Adam LaRoche could hit to beat that shift is a knuckleball up and away. David Wright almost playing up the middle. Shortstop at double play depth.
There's one getting away, and the Nats now for only the 2nd time today get a runner to second base.
And I don't see knuckleball guys enough to know if that's a sign he's getting tired, but right now Josh Toley's having trouble catching the knuckleball from R.A. Dickey all of a sudden. Maybe he's losing control. Maybe his fingers are getting tired. But he's had a tough time with a couple pitches this inning, kind of taking stabs at that one that's up and away.
Barely staying alive now. That was a pass ball, by the way, on the one a moment ago. When the Nats hit a home run, the Washington area Lexus dealers donate $200 to the Children's National Medical Center.
Biggest pitch of the game right here.
Adam LaRoche will foul it away and will do it again.
Hard to take a knuckleball because you don't know where it's going to end up. So for LaRoche to walk right here, it's got to be an obvious ball right out of the hand of R.A. Dickey. If it's flirting with the strike zone any way, shape, or form on the way there, as a hitter, you can't afford to wait around and take it. But if he can reach for more, so that's why this is the biggest pitch of the game.
Adam enhancing his chances of doing so by fouling off a couple. Nats are down by 3, bottom of the 7th. 3-2 pitch. Not yet.
And the only one that you can take if you're a hitter right now is the one that starts lower than low, because you know it's going to go down.
Adam hoping that stays foul. It will.
Because the one that's up, if you sit there and look at it, it might be the one that dives down at the last second, called third. So that's why LaRoche, who's probably has the best eye in the whole ball club, is swinging at these borderline pitches 3-2, because he can't afford to wait around and see where it's going to end up.
LaRoche gets one he can pull, and it's going foul.
Some kind of battle going on right now between these two.
10 pitches so far.
And it gets back to the point I made about David Wright being on deck against Tom Gorzolani. R.A. Dickey knows who's on deck right now. He also knows who's in the batter's box. He knows, like we said, this is the biggest pitch of the game for him too.
What a great at bat, and here comes Michael Morse representing the tying run, and the Mets bullpen is about to get busy. Second walk today issued by Dickey. So Adam LaRoche, 7th in the league in walks, draws his 29th of the year.
And this is one we're talking about up here, the knuckleball that starts low. That's really the only one you can afford to take, and LaRoche was such a good eye at the plate. Watch where this one starts. It's never a strike, it's down, so LaRoche can afford to let that pitch go. Great at-bat by him to get a walk and to bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Michael Morse. Nice job, Adam LaRoche.
Morse today, 1 for 2 with a base hit deep third, right down the line last time. Michael's had a good series. Bobby Parnell is up and throwing in the Mets bullpen.
He's going to look like he's throwing 4,000 miles an hour when he comes into this game.
And I think the guys will like it. Morse got that first RBI in the book last night.
And that's the one he was looking for right there. Had just enough sink action on it late to get underneath the bat of Michael Morse. But if you're thinking about the last at-bat to LaRoche, there was a couple knuckleballs in that sequence that if he throws to Michael Morse could end up in the bullpen. The knuckleball up is what Morse is hunting.
Pretty good rip on that one.
Oh, he got one right there. And he knows it. Might have felt something on that swing. You see him stretching out right there out of the batter's box.
Morse gets jammed. Well placed, deep short, and a good play by Quintanilla. David Wright didn't have to tag the runner. And Zimmerman forced out at third. That's the only play the shortstop had.
Yeah, no way he's getting Michael Morse at first base. Morse going for his second infield single of the day. Quintanilla does a nice job of showing some big range right here and throwing the baseball to where it takes you. And for whatever reason, David Wright thought he had to make a tag play right there. He had to force out at third. Maybe he didn't know where his feet were, and a lot of times as an infielder, if you don't feel that bag, just go ahead and tag him, and that's what happened.
Outside to Desmond. Yeah, if you didn't know where the bag was, you don't want the umpire to be watching you pawing around and dancing, looking for it. Pitcher spot due next, and that's Xavier Nady. the end of the bat of Ian Desmond. Counts even 1-1. Desmond today, a base hit up the middle in the second. Probably the hardest hit ball of the day against R.A. Dickey, and then striking out swinging in the fifth. Pair of lefties now. One if the Nats are behind, and maybe Burnett, if the game's tied, or somehow they take the lead here in the seventh. Desmond pulls it. David Wright at the bag. A chance for two. He'll convert the 5-3 double play. The Nats had 2 on, nobody out. Couple of ground balls put an end to that. This one's in the 8th.
K's for kids. And let's check out some Tom Gorzolani action today out of the Nats bullpen. He's been doing a great job pretty much all year long, getting better every outing. The slider was good today. The fastball was good, and he got the job done. The Washington area Toyota dealers want to help children receiving medical treatment at National Institutes of Health and their families. So they're making a donation to the Children's Inn at NIH of $37 for every strikeout by a Nationals pitcher this season.
So Gorzolani due to bat first in the bottom of the 8th, trying to get 3 more outs. Quintanilla, Dickey, and Neuenhuis scheduled for the Mets here, top 8. Omar Quintanilla has been on base 3 times, hit by a pitch, couple of singles, and he offers to drag one down third base way, getting Ryan Zimmerman on the move. Great crowd today. 32,096 enjoying some day baseball. Adam LaRoche right there for that one that's pulled. Then he goes to the bag for the first out. Check out MLB.tv. It's baseball everywhere you go out of our market here in the D.C., Virginia, Maryland area. On your favorite device, HD quality awaits. Visit Nationals.com for more details and to order. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. R.A. Dickey's thrown 99 pitches today, 2/3 of them strikes. Most wins in the first 11 starts of a season by Mets all time. He's one off of that with 8. Bobby Jones back in 97, Frank Viola in 90, Jerry Koosman in 68 with 9, and R.A. Dickey 8 wins his first 11 starts this year. Most games he's ever won at the big league level. 11 2 years ago with the Mets. 26 starts, 11 and 9. High strike, 3 and 2.
I think R.A. Dickey just would rather this be strike 3 and go back to the dugout.
He tried to swing and miss. I think. And Gorzolani will strike him out. 2 down here in the 8th. Later today, since we're doing a day game, it's the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report, 5 to 6:30, with Tom Davis, Phil Wood, Mel Antonin, and Dave Johnson. Continued post-game coverage after Nats Extra. Amber Theo Harris will have an interview with David Wright. All that and more tonight, starting at 5, right here on Masson HD. Kirk Neuenhuis, 5th at bat of the day, 1 for 4. With a base hit, a stolen base, and a run. Some of you may want to get a glimpse at Fenway tonight. Baltimore wraps up their series there. The Nats will come shuffling into Beantown tomorrow. Fenway was not kind to them back in 06, having been swept. High strike. 1 and 2 to Kirk Neuenhuis. And the Nats, I think, went to Toronto 2 years in a row in 06 and 07. The first visit back to the Rogers Center, formerly called the Sky Dome, in quite a while.
Hopefully Gary Thorne and Jim Palmer will leave us a little present on the desk there when we get to Boston in the booth. These guys calling the game tonight.
Yeah, Jim, I'll take a couple of autographed baseballs. Nothing orange, please. And a little foul off to the left side. Tom Gorzolani trying to retire one more hitter, put an end to his day, and hope the Nats can get things going. No swing, says Wally Bell. Two with a target in. Good pitch. So Tom Gorzolani gives up a run, but he pitches nearly 3 innings to get this to the bottom of the 8th. David Wright, Lucas Duda, and Daniel Murphy coming up big for the Mets today, batting .500. R.A. Dickey is batting almost 1,000 as a pitcher today. Chien-Ming Wang into the 6th inning. So that's our Cox game summary. This one going bottom 8.
Let's check it out. Let's go back to the 7th inning. The Nats with their best chance so far today. All of a sudden, R.A. Dickey showing signs of being human. But a nice play by Carlos Quintanilla. And a nice play by David Wright. And another ground ball from R.A. Dickey. You see the fist pounding in the glove. He's pumped up. And he's been great all day. Enjoy a new way to watch TV with Cox TV. Connect on your iPad.
Xavier Nady pinch hits for Tom Gorzolani. Nady is a pinch hitter, 4 for 9 with a homer, 2 RBIs, and a bouncer up the middle. Quintanilla to his left. He's got great range. Now the Nats are down to their final 5 outs.
Quintanilla has been nice all day long at shortstop. He's made some nifty plays. His pitcher's throwing strikes, got a good tempo, so the defense is on their toes today. Good play going to his left. And while you might be discouraged by the 7th inning, the best part about that is those guys are probably going to come up in the 9th inning one more time.
It just flutters right in there. Jonathan Solano has grounded to second and back to the pitcher today.
And that was, I'm so frustrated by the knuckleball guy. I've hit 2 ground balls. I'm going to swing as hard as I can, and I like that hack right there from Solano.
Most pitches by Dickey this year, 117. That ball's over his reach, and a base hit up the middle for Solano. That'll be his 2nd big league hit.
That's a good approach. You could tell on the strike 2 swing that he was frustrated, as is probably every single hitter in that dugout today. Good aggressive swing. It's a chopper up the middle, finds a hole. And now you got a guy in the batter's box, maybe the only guy that's had a lot of success against R.A. Dickey, Rick Ankiel. And that's going to be it for Dickey. TC coming out to get him right here.
117 pitches in 8 innings against Arizona on May 6th, coming off 100 against St. Louis, 102 before that against San Diego. So is he gone or is he staying?
You're probably going to talk to him and give him the option, maybe jump the gun a little bit.
Because I was about to wave a gesture of thanks to Terry Collins if he's going to pull him out.
When you got your guy out there, your #1 guy, and he's a veteran, you ask him, and he asked him, and now he's going to the bullpen. He wants the right-hander.
7 1/3 for Dickey. He'll give up only 4 hits today. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. Let's see if this changes things. to 73 strikes. He'll last one out into the 8th inning. Now we'll see if the Nats can make something happen against the Mets' beleaguered bullpen. The Potomac Nationals facing the Salem Red Sox. Friday doubleheader, Saturday doubleheader. Fireworks after tomorrow, or rather Saturday night's game. Sunday family fun day, a family catch in the outfield. For tickets, call Potomac 703-590-2311, PotomacNationals.com. Bobby Parnell pitched here on Tuesday night, gave up an unearned run on a hit, a couple of strikeouts, a walk in the 10th inning.
And that success that Ankiel had off R.A. Dickey might have got him out of the game.
Good call.
How about R.A. Dickey? 100 pitches last time out, 73 for strikes. 105 pitches this time out, 73 for strikes.
Bobby Parnell struck out Rick Ankiel in the 10th inning on Tuesday. Rick takes that one outside, 2-0. He's already walked once today. So Ankiel 1 for 4 career against this hard-throwing right-hander.
We talked about it earlier. Since May 20th, the Mets bullpen 0-4 with a 6.37 ERA. I mean, you just thought if the Nats could get in there, anything could happen. So it's game on all of a sudden.
Ankiel slaps a 2-0 pitch out of play to the left.
And if we're thinking that up here, guess what? They're thinking that down there. Got him out of there. No more knuckleballs. Back to real baseball. Here we go.
Ankiel with a really good take.
Is he going to walk twice in one game? He's looking for a fastball right here, and he'd probably get off a pretty big swing.
Lombardozzi 0 for 3 today. 1 on, 1 out, bottom 8. And now 2 on as Rick Ankiel sets an all-time record with 2 consecutive walks.
Well, now it gets fun. Here comes Lombardozzi, here comes Harper, and you're hoping here comes Zimmerman and LaRoche. One thing the Nats have established all season long, they will not go away. They don't roll over for anybody.
Lombardozzi takes a fastball right in there. Steve in this series 1 for 10, couple of walks. Robbed of a hit earlier today by Neuenhuis in center field with a diving catch. Little chopper. Pitcher to his right. Parnell throws a seed down to first to get a very big out for the Mets. And Bryce Harper, with 2 outs, will represent the tying run, and now there's a buzz in the ballpark.
There's a buzz in the ballpark, but this is going to be very interesting to see as Nats fans get on their feet for this at-bat. A lot of people came out to the ballpark to see Bryce Harper play today, and right now in the 8th inning, the stage is set. But with first base open, do you pitch to Bryce Harper in this situation? Put the winning run, the tying run, excuse me, on first base, and the winning run to the plate in the form of Ryan Zimmerman.
Said that one thing for Harper, he has ushered in a new era of signage here at the ballpark.
He's just ushered in a new area, period, in DC baseball. The fans are in love with this guy. They're coming out every day to see him. You never know what you're going to see when this guy's in the lineup, but he's in there every day. He does something exciting. And you want to say you were there when?
Bryce Harper did not face Bobby Parnell on Tuesday. So this is the first career matchup. Harper will bounce it out to short. Slow roller. Quintanilla handles it. Gets him by an eyelash at first. The Nats will strand their third and fourth runners of the day, and the Mets get this one into the ninth inning. Brought to you by Dodge. Go to Dodge.com or visit your local Dodge dealer today. Beautiful day for baseball. Some construction over at the Capitol. And right now this one is into the ninth inning. The Mets on top as they try to salvage one 3-0. The Nats are going to keep Michael Gonzalez busy. Since joining the ball club now, this will be his third appearance. An inning and a third so far. A hit and nothing else. And Christina has more on the left-hander.
Well, Bob, before signing with the Nationals, Michael Gonzalez spent some time last season with the Texas Rangers, who ultimately went on to the World Series. And a lot of guys have been asking if he can draw any comparisons to the Nationals in the World Series contending Rangers. And he said, you know what? The chemistry's there. Of course, the talents, the bats, they're all there like it was with the Rangers. But the chemistry is the biggest thing. Win or lose, these guys stick together in this clubhouse. It's like a family atmosphere, something that you can't make up. So it's interesting that Michael was able to pick up on that in just the little time he spent with the Nationals so far.
Yeah, that is very interesting. A lot of people make that debate. What comes first, winning or chemistry? Can you have chemistry and then go out and not be a winning ball club? It appears all things are in order here. Gonzalez facing Josh Tolley, 1 for 4. Two balls, one strike.
A three-pitch guy, fastball, slider, changeup. Fastball in the low 90s, slider in the low 80s, same with the change.
And a whirling dervish of activity on the mound he is. Setting up, right foot downhill toward third base. Tolley doesn't like the quickness of everything, so he steps out for a moment. And a 2-2 pitch. Gonzalez with a breaking ball. That's hit out to Lombardozzi. First out, top of the ninth. When the ball game is over, Nats Extra postgame show. Johnny and Ray right here at the ballpark getting ready out in left field. It's presented by W.B. Mason when this one is over. Zimmerman, LaRoche, and Morse will try to stall that as long as possible in the top of the ninth.
A lot of energy on that side of the mound right now.
Fastball must have been up.
He used to do that a lot more back in the day, almost kind of hypnotize the hitter. Kind of like a cobra coming out of his little case. He'd sit there and kind of hypnotize you back and forth, fall off the mound, all kinds of stuff going on out there.
David Wright, a pop-up right field. Racing in Harper. Can't get there. The ball's behind him, and David Wright's thinking 3 bases. David Wright, second hit of the day.
Bryce Harper's down.
His fifth hit of the series. And Harper is down.
Might be a little wind knocked out of you. You dove real hard for that baseball. When you dive like that, sometimes you knock the wind out. Let's check out the replay one more time. David Wright, when you're hot, you're hot. Everything drops. The hard ones, the soft ones, they all fall in. I'm trying to see where he hit, how he hit.
Maybe right there.
Maybe on his right hit. That looked pretty tame, though.
You know, I think he thought he was going to catch that ball. He did not make a headlong dive. He hit the ball, or hit the ground hard right there after the ball was behind him, but I think he thought he was going to pick it right off his shoe tops.
Pretty good throw, pretty good hustle to get back to the baseball. Let's see when he feels it. I think he just might have landed on a spot you don't want to land on. And that'll make you see stars every single time.
Lucas Duda, double home run. And RBI sitting at third base with one out here in the ninth. Two and one.
I just feel like that fifth spot in the Nats rotation becomes so important for a lot of reasons, but the one I think it's most important for is when you're going into Strasburg the next day. You count on a win from your horse and your ace. And if you can get a win from your fifth guy,
at least half the time, maybe.
It's like two for one.
Yeah.
And not so much the sweep of the Mets, but that fifth spot in the rotation. You sneak a win in that game, going back to Steven Strasburg, that's why it becomes so huge.
2-2 pitch, slap to LaRoche, runner holding. Adam will just confront the base runner and tag him, not having to turn his back and go to the bag. 2 outs. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. So it's 2 outs for Daniel Murphy, who has busted out of his slump with a couple of base hits today, including an RBI last time up. This year he has broken Jose Reyes' all-time interesting Mets record of number of hits to start a season without hitting a home run. Reyes had 60 hits. Actually, this year Reyes went into today with 60 hits by the Marlins with no home runs, and Murphy has 65. He's gone, and here come the Nats, bottom of the ninth. 3-4-5 with Zimmerman, LaRoche, and Morse down 3.
The Nationals have some work to be done. R.A. Dickey all day long has been tantalizing the ball club with that knuckleball. Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight will be with you with our Nets Extra postgame presented by W.B. Mason in a couple of minutes. And as you said in the pregame, Ray, this guy's got it all going when he starts controlling that knuckleball.
He threw 70% strikes with his knuckleball today, Johnny. That's unheard of. That's what a control-type pitcher does. We only had one runner past second base until the 7th inning. That was in the 2nd inning with Desmond. So you're not going to do a whole lot when you can't get anybody to second base. But he is so tough throwing those strikes and that ball moving everywhere.
Nationals only 4 base hits in the ball game, but we go to the bottom of the ninth. Let's see if we can get this thing either tied or win it here in the bottom of the ninth. Let's go back up to Bob at FP.
All right, thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Ray. Ben Francisco is the Mets closer. He has 14 saves on the year. They're going to shore up their defense behind him as he takes on 3, 4, and 5. Kirk Neuenhuis goes over to play right field, replacing Lucas Duda. And that's so they can put very fast and good defensive center field guy Andres Torres in the middle out there.
We see the numbers on Ben Francisco. 5.40 ERA, 14. Frank Francisco, 14 for 17 and save opportunities. You got to make him throw strikes and get that tie-in run to the plate any way he can.
Ryan Zimmerman takes ball 1. Zimmerman has played more games, has more at-bats against the Mets than any other team in his career. Out of play, off to the right side.
Yeah, 3-pitch guy, fastball, curveball, split. Doesn't throw the curveball very often. Fastball in the mid-90s. He throws that split finger about 30% of the time. That's his out pitch. Likes to get strike 1 with the fastball and go right to the split.
Two and one. They're in the top of the ninth at Philadelphia. Dodgers still lead the Phillies 4-3. Only other game is later tonight. Atlanta and Miami again wrapping up their series. The Nats trying to come from behind here and make it a 4-1 homestand. 2-1 to Ryan. He'll take it on the corner.
Pitcher strike. Good pitch, good spot, paint.
Zimmerman hits one deep. Left center. See you later. The Nats are on the board. Ryan Zimmerman's 8th career homer against the Mets. We've seen signs of this coming.
If you haven't learned by now, do not turn your television off until the game is over. 3rd home run of the year for Zimmerman. Got an off-speed pitch down in the zone, caught it out front and got all of it. Had the sound, definitely had the distance. All of a sudden the Nats are on the board with a little life. 3-1.
Francisco gives up his 3rd homer of the year. Here's Adam LaRoche, and that is ball 1.
Right to the split.
That looked like almost a carbon copy of the first home run ever hit in this ballpark by Ryan Zimmerman. Right to that spot back in 08. And LaRoche will take a check swing. And the count's even 1-1. Off speed. Up and away. LaRoche with a check swing. Can he beat the shift with it? Hustling, and he's out at first. On a good ranging play by Quintanilla, who's really been a star at shortstop today.
Check out the play one more time. Little excuse me swing from Adam LaRoche. And you thought he did beat the shift. Quintanilla going to his right deep, making a good play. That's a huge play in this baseball game with Michael Morse coming up. He would have represented the tie and run.
Morse, Desmond the next two. Then the pitcher's spot again. Roger Bernardino lurking for that. Steven Strasburg goes tomorrow night for the Nats at Fenway Park. Nats Extra, 6:30. Fenway at 7. Michael Morse slaps one right at Andres Torres. 2 down.
And Francisco not fooling anybody right now. Nats getting off some good swings.
Nats down to their final out of the homestand. Ian Desmond now hoping to reach ahead of Bernardino. And missed maybe one of the infrequent occasions when Ian needs to work the count a bit. But if he sees something good, he's got to jump on it and try to get Bernardino into the batter's box. There's that splitter, huh?
Normally you'd say leadoff hitter, yeah, mentality right here. But for Ian Desmond, leadoff hitter mentality is going up there and hitting your way on.
Interesting number earlier this year that I saw earlier today with Desmond in the leadoff spot and then Bryce Harper batting second lately. The Nationals have the most extra base hits from their 1 and 2 hitters in the league this year, 44. And a little bouncer to the right side, charged by Murphy, and the game is over. The Mets salvage one. R.A. Dickey, 24 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings now, and he was the star of this one for New York as they managed to grab one game of this series. For FP and for Christina, Bob Carpenter. Mets 3, Nats 1, 2 outers and 47 minutes today. I think it'll take a little longer tomorrow night as the Nats go to Fenway for Interleague Baseball, 6:30 Nats Extra. This has been a Masson presentation. WB Mason with Nats Extra right now. Johnny and Ray, and from the booth, so long for just a while.